What's up, guys? Zade here. Who are we with?
Jonathan Blank.
And what you do today?
I top-aided our local case tournament with MathMech.
Hell yeah. Any shout-outs or anything before we get into the list?
No.
All right, I guess let's just get right into it.
All right, so 40 cards, 3 circular, 3 subtraction, 3 addition, 2 sigma, 2 diameter, and 3 parallel exceed.
This is the new one, right?
Yeah, this is the new card. This is like a fan-made card, basically. It sends its cost, you send sigma, and then it's, whenever a monster storm is supposed to summon, you add a MathMech spell or trap to your hand. But you can only attack with 1 monster for the turn. Doesn't matter. You play Update Jammer and access code. So yeah, I like these ratios a lot. The 3rd diameters like never really come up most of the time, so I think 2 is correct, and it's your only normal summon in the deck. And we will move on to spells. 3 small worlds, 3 sign up mining, and 1 equation. These just search circular, so you have 9 copies of it. It's the best card. And then 1 equation, you search the circular as an extender for when you go second, or if you needed it to go first. It's pretty decent.
I wish I knew more about this deck to have questions to ask. I haven't known enough to ask a compelling question yet.
Yeah. I'll go over some combos and stuff later. It's pretty straightforward, honestly. And then 1 super factorial. Most people are playing 2. I think 1 is fine. Like, that's
the boss card, right?
Yeah, this is Tri-Brigade Revolt. You can use it. Usually, you use it to make Laplation, which is basically Trishula. People are playing 2 because people are playing Bell in this format. I'm kind of the opinion that with the end board that you usually make, that you don't need this card to resolve most of the time, but it is very good, so 1 of it. And those are the only MathMech spells or traps, and then we'll get on to hand traps, which I play 16 of.
Sheesh!
3 Nib, this card's okay, I don't know, it's probably a side deck card now. 3 DD Crow, 3 Ash, 2 Bell, 2 Ogre, 3 Imperm. The only thing I think I would want is at least 1 Veiler for small world bridges, but that's about it.
Have you thought about like Skullmeister? You know, fuck with Skullmeister?
The only reason I even thought about playing it was because you can search it with Allenbertion with 3 materials.
Oh, that is true actually.
But I think the card's overall pretty weak, and like Bell is definitely better. And like honestly, like it just doesn't really matter most of the time.
That's fair.
There's definitely an argument for 1, but the card's like super weak, honestly.
You think?
Yeah, like it's just not impactful enough against like Splight specifically. So
I feel like that's true.
So yeah, that's 40, 16 hand traps, 24 engine cards. Extra deck here, we'll start the Link ones, the 1 Lingaribo, and then the Disciple Devotee combo for Link climbing. Good. I might make 1 change about the extra deck, but we'll get into that later. 1 Wicked for the Devotee Disciple combo with this deck. 1 IP, 1 Splash Mage, 1 Update Jammer, and then I'm not seeing people play this card, but Pin Knight early.
The artwork is nice.
Yeah, so when you do the Devotee Disciple combo, which you want to do in this deck most of the time because it searches through Diameter's follow-up, you can end on Wicked, this card, and IP, and like IP can trigger this card to like get the negate.
So what exactly does this do?
Anything that this card points to, if it activates its effect, you can target 1 monster on the field, make its attack 0, and negate its effects until the end of the turn.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, so it is a monster negate. There's a second line where it's like a destroyed by battle or card effect. It like will come back during the end phase. That comes up sometimes. It's not super relevant, but yeah, I'll go over this combo where this card's involved when you go first later. And then for Link 3s, it's Transcode, Heat Soul. These cards are good. Access code Appaloosa. This is what you make off of IP when you go first for that combo. And then 2 Allenbertion, and then 1 Laplation. The only thing that I could think about changing is cutting a card and playing a second Laplation, but you only want to play a second one of these if you play a second Super Factorial. Other than that,
because that's all you're summoning this off of, right?
Yeah. I mean, you sometimes you summon Allenbertion because you have to, but yeah. And 15 card extra deck. Go into side real quick. So side is 3 Dark Ruler. You have to play in this format. This probably is a main deck card. It just feels awkward to play because Cyber decks are OTK decks at heart. So
yeah, so it's annoying that you can't kill.
Yeah, 3D barrier. This card is very good. 3 rivalry. I am unsure on this one. I know this should be a floodgate. I'm unsure if it should be like anti-spell or something else. 2 alpha. This card's fine. It probably should be Mystic Mind, but this card's fine. Unfortunately, this deck can't play Ultimate Slayer, so the extra X is too tight. And then for 1-ofs, 1 Feather Duster, 1 Reboot. This is specifically for like the mirror or like there's just like a lot of like floodgates going first, so like sometimes you just need this card going second. The third bell, this can be anything, it's fine. And then induction, this is
What's that one do?
MathMech induction. It's a continuous trap that makes all your I think it's all your monsters gain 500 attack, or all your Cyberse monsters gain 500 attack. But then it's got a secondary effect that if you control a MathMech monster, you can send this to the graveyard and pop any card on the field. It's an archetype Mystic Mine out.
Oh, sick.
So yeah, this card's fine. Usually you don't really search it unless you like already have Superfactorial, but sometimes if you open well enough, you can search Superfactorial with Circular, and then this with Alan Bershon, and like it's pretty good.
Then did you still want to go over that combo too?
Yeah, we're gonna go over that real quick.
Sick.
All right, so the combo I mentioned earlier is if you open Circular and any extender. We'll start here with Addition, and this is obviously assuming that you don't get interrupted. So you'll reveal Circular and you'll send Sigma's cost. Summon Circular, effective Sigma. This will search, doesn't really matter. We're going to search Superfactorial.
So what exactly do these do? This sends to special itself?
Yes, this sends as cost to special itself.
And then does what? When it's summoned, it specials one?
No, so Sigma, when you have no monsters in your extra monster zone, you can summon itself from the graveyard.
Insane.
Yeah, and so this is with 3 random cards in your hand. It's probably going to be 3 hand traps because that's all this deck plays. So now we have this. We will overlay into, I'm going to do my best to this upside down. It's kind of weird. Alan Bershon. I'll do this so we have the field center. Alan Bershon effect here. We're going to search.
You put this as a field center, but then you summon the monster really far away from it.
Yeah, it's fine. Well, no, this is the zone anyway. So here we search Diameter. And normal summon Diameter, target any of these, doesn't really matter. And we're going to go into our Link, Devotee, and Disciple combo now. So this is obviously backwards and upside down, but I'm trying my best. Anyway, so whenever this is tributed, it makes 2 tokens, and Alan Bershon can tribute as tribute to summon a MathMech from your graveyard or hand. So we're going to tribute that to summon back Sigma, or any of them, it doesn't actually matter. And then we'll make 2 tokens.
Brian, you can start it.
We will use one of the tokens in the Disciple, and we're going to make our Cyberse Wicked. And then we're going to use our other token and the Sigma to make IP, and then Wicked will activate. We'll search a secondary Diameter as follow-up. This is why you only need 2, because like most of the time the game ends here. And then we'll use our extender, targeting Alan Bershon, use these 2.
Oh, is that where that new guy comes in?
Yeah, and so here we make Pit Knight early. And so baseline here, what this does is you have a banish from monster and spell zone, send to graveyard from monster zone, spell zone, and hands. You have a on-field monster negate, because the play is to activate IP, chain early, and you like turn these into Appaloosa with 3 materials.
So you got 1 monster negate, now you got 3 more.
Yeah, so that by itself is 4 interruptions, and then like this can be up to 3 more. Well, 4 more technically, because like it has a negate with Diameter. So like theoretically, like 2 cards gets you to 8 interruptions
plus hand traps,
plus 3 cards in hand. So yeah, Pit Knight early is actually very good. I was very impressed with this card.
That's going to be the clickbait title, 8 interruption combo.
Yeah, and then also something else to remember with Cyberse Wicked, anything it's pointed to, these cards can't be destroyed by card effects, and then whatever IP makes also can't be destroyed by card effects. So this entire combo is protected through Ogre as well. So like there's like nothing really, they can't right Geki you, they have to go to battle, and before you go to battle you make Appaloosa. So,
Yeah. It's a lot to deal with, yeah.
That's pretty good.
Do you have anything else you want to say about the deck? Or
I think this build might need some tweaks. I'm not really sure where. Obviously, 16 hand traps is a lot. I think 16 hand traps are good, but maybe some more extenders, maybe like focusing more on Heat Soul instead of this. I do think this is very good. I actually might end up cutting Heat Soul. I'm not sure. But yeah, I think this version is good for like week 1. But there's a good chance we have to like go to like playing more extenders to like play through boards better. So.
that's fair, yeah.
But yeah, other than that, it's a pretty good deck.
All right, sweet. Thank you for the profile.
No problem.